producer.
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't want to question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
We are back. We are back.
I wish there was a faster transition to it, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I like it. We smooth with it. We smooth with it.
You're about to click like 5 different buttons, like boom, 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 boom. But hey, nonetheless, we are back. Like John said, Baller Central. We're here to talk about a lot of things today, mostly NBA stuff because it's been slow in the MLB world. We're here to talk about NCAA, to recap men's March Madness. Florida won. We're here to recap some stuff in the NBA. John Morant, the Celtics and the Knicks finished off their series the other week.
Yeah. Lots of things.
LeBron, Luka was in Dallas.
Going back home.
Luka going back home. Someone who won't be going home, Michael Malone. He'll be home alone now.
Oh! Get him.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're here to talk about all that and more. Plus, speaking of LeBron, he has a Ken doll now. So, does Jordan have one? No.
Hey. No, not Jordan. Oh, okay, gotcha. Jordan needs a Ken doll. Gotcha. Okay, understandable. Sure.
He should have got one after Space Jam, if we're being honest. But
I mean, he got action figures. I mean, come on now. But I mean, I hear you.
LeBron has a Fortnite character as well.
I mean, why are we going like this? Why are we doing this?
Because
I'm not even trying to be on Michael Jordan's
side.
No,
because that's what Jordan fans do all the time. So it's a joke.
Oh yeah, because they're in the 90s and they got nothing but to pick, and like we can't just accept greatness to a point. You know what I mean? They were both great. That's what's best about them.
True.
You know what I mean?
So hey, welcome back. We are here, our weekly pod. Make sure you check us out on all our socials to keep us up to date with everything. Facebook, Twitter, IG. I think we're the most active on IG and TikTok.
Yeah,
I believe, because that's where we get most of our comments and stuff from. Also, YouTube, we upload our shorts on there as well. So check out our YouTube shorts. We get a lot of love and comments on those. Views has been up there recently. I think our latest live on YouTube, the men's final March Madness, was like 30, 40 viewers.
That's pretty good.
We had two, the Wilsons,
for a while. Yeah. And
but then I'm guessing
joined in too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm guessing people watch our replays. So
yeah,
hey, if you do, if you're willing to sit through that a replay of a game 2.5 hours long, appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like I said, we're back. If you want to listen via audio, we're also available on all the audio platforms. So with that being said, before we get into everything, John, how are we doing today?
We're all right. We're chilling. Another week. Another pod, another pool tournament, you know what I mean? Just doing good. Trying to do me. Adding a little bit. Watching a lot of sports. Excited for the summer. It's the daylight's getting a little bit longer. Jersey had okay weather today. It's gonna rain later, but yeah. Overall, I'm doing good. How are you doing, Phil?
I'm pretty good. Coming off of a lot of good things that happened in the past week. Celtics broke the 3-point record. They swept the Knicks. And I won.
Stream?
Yep, our live stream last night as well. And more importantly, won some money over the last couple days as well. Well, basically off of Monday because I won our March Madness bracket for Ball Central and the IBT one. So double win for me. So yeah, that's great. So shout out Florida. I picked them to win in both brackets. Yeah, so hey.
Congratulations.
Let's start off with that though. Honestly, the first half, because me and John, if you want to see that our live reaction, we went live for the game. First off, before we even get to the game, 8:50 start time.
Okay.
NCAA.
All right, Phil. We're going after this again. Let's debate it a little bit. We like later times. We do. We want to include the West Coast. I mean, I'm a night owl. I'm sorry. I mean, some people got to wake up early for work, and that's on your priority. And I agree with you. I do. I run a tournament on Wednesdays, so we're just having this conversation. Hey, man, I got to be up at work at 8 a.m. And I was like, I get you. We'll run this. And no, I get that. You wanna loop in the West Coast, and if you have it at 8:39, you get to
5:30. It would be 5:30.
5:30. It would be hard. It would be because it would be 3. Think about it. It'd be 2:00 on the West Coast.
Yeah, because I'm thinking 8 o'clock would be 5:30 on the West Coast. So
yeah. So I mean, So 2, it's like I mean, I personally would like it earlier on the East Coast as well. You know what I mean? I don't how early
because people got to work around like 5, 6, so it's perfect for them on the West Coast.
Yeah,
but why the West Coast everything? What about us?
On East Coast time, you up until almost midnight. Literally, we were doing like 2.5 hours. So I mean, it wasn't too long. I was not short. But it was a good time overall. And I also won a little money off of that Florida win. It was kind of crazy.
I told you.
Hey, dog, we riding it. We rode. It was scary, but it was all right.
If only we said that for our bracket picks.
Dude, I know, but Florida's leading scorer didn't score any points in the first half. I still would have probably done exactly what we did.
And Duke didn't make it to the national championship.
Bro, I get that. Florida didn't score. Who was that guy? Who is
Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah, Walter Clayton, bro.
But
for you. I'm doing everything, and then the whole first half, nothing. When they took you out in the second, he got some momentum.
At least my pick made it to the championship.
I mean, they did, and I'm happy. Congrats to Florida. All right, Duke was not a bad pick.
True, but let's talk about the Duke game a little bit. That was the craziest.
They choked
job.
Yeah.
I've seen in college sports in a while.
It was the last 5 minutes. They were up, right? They're up.
It was the last 10 minutes. They made
you can include the last 10 minutes, but the last 5 minutes they were tied.
Oh, true. They made one field goal in the last 10 minutes and 30 seconds of the game. That is nasty.
It was bad. It was bad. I mean, it was a lot like you could say Patriots Atlanta. You know what I mean? It was a lot like
for sure.
You could say freak Patriots Seahawks because that was kind of giveaway Super Bowl. You could say it was a lot like
I think Clippers came back from a 27-point lead in the fourth quarter before, so in the playoffs. So
Although it's been a lot like a lot of NCAA tournaments when you think about it. Because I don't know. They do normally are close. You know what I mean? They're within a 5-point range. So it wasn't that far off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Houston game and the Duke game, I get not making points and losing, but they didn't get blown out. You know what I mean? There are teams that sometimes lose by 10, 20, especially in the women's bracket, that we're like, how did they make it to the tournament? You know what I mean? You'll play UConn and I don't know, a 10 seed, and that 10 seed might score 25 points. And you're like, wow, this is crazy. You know what I mean? So
right. So hey, fast forward to the national championship. Like you said, it was a rough first half for Walter Clayton Jr. But Will Richards picked up the slack and made 4 or 5 threes in the first half to keep them in the game. They're down by 3 at half. And they had 10 plus turnovers in the first half, which was nasty. Also, Houston's LJ Cryer, their star player, also had a slow game, but at least he finished the first half with 5 points. But second half was a completely different story. Houston was the hotter team the first part of the second half. LJ Cryer got it going. He finished with 19, so a 14-point second half. But I think as soon as Florida switched it up, they put Aberdeen in.
Sure. Yeah.
the defense started to change. Walter Clayton finally got involved. He wasn't hitting threes because he was like 1 for 7, but he got like 2 or 3 clutch and ones off a layup. So yeah, the tide was turning, and I think they finally got the lead, and they only had the lead for like when it was 8-6. So honestly, Florida, no.
Okay, cool. But that's no the only big thing with Florida, and I was kind of surprised at halftime, was technically didn't they out rebound Houston by 2 buckets, or was it the other way around?
Huh?
Wasn't Florida out rebounding Houston at halftime by like 2 baskets or something? But they weren't.
I think they were like out rebounded them like 2 or 3 like rebounds. Yeah, not much.
Yeah, and then it kind of flipped in the second half. Yeah, you saw Florida's defense, and then Florida went to the line to kind of finish it. But I mean, it just overall was a great game. I liked it. I mean, I thought it was a nitty gritty game. I was rooting for Florida, so I mean, it was really great for me. But like,
and betting for Florida, yeah.
But I mean, like, it was. I don't know. It wasn't like bad. Like if I was rooting for Houston, that wouldn't kill me because it was a close game. They lost by 2 points. You know what I mean? Like,
and plus Florida's MO ever since the first game of the tournament, because obviously 1 versus 16, you didn't have to do much. But versus Connecticut, they came back down 6. Versus Texas Tech, they came back down like 8 or 9.
Sure.
Auburn, they were down 10. They came back, and then versus Auburn, and then this game they were down, I believe 10-12. They came back. So
you're telling me, even though there wasn't a lot of madness, there was madness in this tournament, because one way or another, this team, this national championship Florida Gators team, came back in, let's say, more than 5 games.
3.
Okay.
So cool. second round, the final 4. No, it was like second, third, fourth. Yeah.
But so I'm thinking maybe 3 to 4. But like still, I mean, that's kind of crazy because like like it kind of reminds me of like when Jimmy Valvano, you know what I mean, and NC State won by theirs, because they always came back within like the last minute and a half or something. And it was like, but it was like, I think it was 8 games. It was kind of crazy. I think they were doing
it. Yeah. Also, the last play of the game. If you're that guy in Houston, you have to at least do something with the ball. If you just he was scared of traveling, so he dropped the ball so he couldn't pick it up. That was a pure panic moment right there.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do that, shoot the ball, pass the ball, because after that he had no choice.
It was so instantaneous, though. Like he knew that it was going to be called as a travel. Like he knew,
it was like a pure panic moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
also, why don't you give? And he cost the possession before the game because the ball bounced off his knee. But why is LJ Cryer, your leading scorer, not have the ball again in those like last 2 possessions?
I get you. You should have, in a sense, touched the ball a little bit more. I think so. Yeah. But
hey, nonetheless,
I mean, it happens. Well, I'm kind of okay with it in a way. But
I mean, because we both won money, so yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit, you know what I mean? But like, I only won $25. You won some good money, but like, I mean, hey, money's money. That's where it gets fun. But no, I mean, realistically, it was just good basketball overall, and I think, I don't know, if I could watch it again, I'd want to watch that, and I'd be okay rooting for Houston. You know what I mean? Because it was a good game. You know what I mean? It's not like they got blown out. You know what I mean? Like they showed up.
True, it was a very good game.
Yeah.
So hey,
and some people just don't give other people due after they lose. You know what I mean? And like, straight up Houston, good. You know what I mean? Let's change the subject though.
NBA.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies. Yeah, John Morant keeps toying with the NBA with the whole gun celebration thing. Yeah, so he got fined for doing it. He got fined. Yeah, he got fined for doing it a second time, $75,000. So Gilbert Arenas on his podcast said, just get rid of the guns altogether. Why don't you just throw a grenade at the crowd, as a celebration?
It's wild. I mean,
he didn't think John Morant was watching. What does John Morant do the next game? Hits a 3, throws a grenade in the crowd, figuratively.
Did he get fined?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know. Phil, I'm sorry, but I'm a DK Metcalf stan. Like, I think him learning sign language to talk smack to other people was like it's a grade A on the on the I don't want to curse, but shit talking like realm. You know what I mean? Like I think if you're
there's constructive ways to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, do it smart. You know what I mean? And I think personally, to me, there's so much you could do with 75,000 that you could do in your name versus the NBA finding you. You know what I mean? That I think you're right to switch it up. I hope he doesn't get fined for the grenade thing because at the end of the day, we should be having fun. You know what I mean? But if someone at your job tells you can't do something, are you going to do it again? It's doesn't really make any sense, and I don't think the NBA really wants to fine Ja that much. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe they do. You know what I mean? Maybe they're like, keep doing it. Why not? Go start charities or whatever. But
yeah, hopefully that money goes to charity.
It's just. I mean, in the NFL it does. I don't know how it does in the NBA, but it's I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, he's done for that, right? Or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
he is dumb. He knows the NBA is like monitoring him because if he does it again, he'll get fined even more. So he knows they're watching. So he's completely dumb for doing that.
So I mean, but like, is it my thing? Is it like, is he changing something? I don't think he's gonna, right? Like he's not doing Chad Ochocinco where you couldn't celebrate at all, and then because you celebrated, you got fined. And
shit,
like,
it might get to that point.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He'll get fined. But what I'm saying is, will the rule change? In the NFL, the rule changed for Chad Ochocinco. Now you can celebrate, and you don't have to get fined.
Yeah, because to be honest, we've seen the gun celebration in the NBA plenty of times. LeBron's done it the lock and load. Mikal Bridges does this.
Like, what I'm saying is, it's not that big a deal. The only reason it's being raised as that big of a deal is because he did something last season that was not smart or bright with it, and he used, let's say, an unregistered, firearm to in a video, and it didn't look good on his team.
Like this.
Sure, like that.
Yeah, but that's the only reason why it's not. He's getting flagged for this just because he did use that in
and it wasn't even his; it was somebody else's. But it was just like.
It was NBA owned by Disney, et cetera. So they're trying to keep a family friendly content, and obviously that's where you go wrong. Yo, how you doing? Oh no, brother. Thank you for tuning in.
We're talking
NBA team
right now.
We're talking NBA. You got a favorite team, or let us know. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
But with John Morant he's getting targeted just because he did dumb shit with a said firearm. And he's doing a celebration. We haven't seen LeBron get in trouble.
If your work tells you not to do something and you do it again, is that not a part on you? Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, definitely is on him.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't want to say it's only him, and I want to say he's being dumb, but like he kind of is overall. You know what I mean?
No, he has been dumb. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think he's a very smart, educated person. I just think, I don't know. I'd use 75 in a different way, personally.
Gotcha. So also with the Grizzlies as well. Jalen Wells, last game or the game before, he was attacking the basket. A player cut underneath him, and he lost his balance and landed nastily on his wrist. That player got ejected, obviously, and now Mr. Jalen Wells is out for the year with a wrist injury. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that was completely unprofessional, unprovoked by that player. Whoever tried to cut underneath Mr. Jalen Wells, and
was there a big fight?
Huh?
Was there a big fight?
People charged at each other, but they didn't fight.
Okay, good. I'm just asking, you know what I mean? Just for I don't think you should really be putting anyone's health like at risk, if you know what I mean, by cutting under them in a way that you normally wouldn't. So I'm not for this at all, but like it kills me about Wells because like the Grizzlies are going to the playoffs without a head coach and now without him.
Yep.
So I get John Morant, I get Jared Jackson Jr. This team, you know what I mean, as great as they are not those two guys only. You know what I mean? They got a lot of different pieces. So do we see them like? Do we see like the Grizzlies like not being in like getting bounced probably after the first round, or what are you thinking here?
So as of right now, they are the 6th seed because the Warriors lost last night. Shout out to Harrison Barnes. He had a game winner over Draymond. So
yeah, that was crazy.
Lovely. You get to see 4 more Warriors players give the Warriors an L. So as of right now, they're matched up against the Lakers. So
sorry.
So,
I can't. We excited about that. Sorry about it. I don't mean to be like
they could get first rounded by the Lakers, but their only advantage would be Edie and Jaren Jackson because it's
Sure.
Jackson Hayes. So,
Sure.
but hey, it's possible they could be. I think they will be first rounded just because they've lost a lot of traction this last couple month or two. So definitely possible.
I mean, if the Lakers play did you see the interview where JJ Redick's doing it and they just keep passing the ball around like they're the Globetrotters or something?
Yep.
And I at that point, I don't know, I feel like LeBron just got to take over. I know they just wanted to put it in and go, you know what I mean? But it's just I need to see a better Laker team. And I mean, Luka dropped, what was it? Was it 45 last night? How many points did he have?
45.
Okay, cool. He dropped 45 last night against, you know what I mean, the Mavs, which is great. But can Luka do that every single night? I mean, probably. But I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? This is where it gets interesting. I'm excited to see the Grizzlies Lakers. I'm excited to see. I can't wait for the playoffs to start. I want OKC to get hit by somebody, and I want the Cavs to be hit by somebody.
Also, also a former Mavs that had a great shooting performance. Kristaps Porzingis.
I guess it was all right. It was all right. It was one of two people. I mean, Jaylen Brown didn't show up. He had an off night, 2 for 8. What you gonna do? But
yeah, because he left the game early with a knee injury.
Yeah, but I mean, off night. I mean, what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so Celtics and Knicks, they wrapped up their season series a couple of days ago, making it a sweep for the Celtics versus the Knicks.
Yeah,
Kristaps Porzingis, 34 points and 7 to 8 threes. Jason Tatum, game tying 3-pointer that had sent it to overtime, and then Porzingis took care of the game with 45 seconds left with a 3 over Brunson to ice it. So,
I mean, not to overshadow what Holiday or White did. They're pretty solid. You know what I mean? Overall, at least on the Celtics side. Yeah.
And also, speaking of threes, the Celtics set the NBA record for most threes made in the season. So, yeah, they shoot a very high volume, and they pretty much committed to live or die by the 3.
Sure.
It's gonna be interesting to see in playoffs.
The
if
next
they don't
team
fall,
it was the Warriors. Now it's the Celtics. It's gonna be interesting to see who takes more threes. I mean, that's a great strategy. You know what I mean? But
but if they don't fall, oof.
Yeah, you got to be good at hitting them. I mean, you want to know why the Knicks got swept? I mean, as much as I love Josh Hart, 5 for 14. Anunoby 5 for 13. Which, hey, I'm not coming at
Anunoby. Josh Hart tried to take the game-winning shot or same game-tying shot after 10 minutes. Well, I mean, I'd rather have Cat shoot that. I'd rather have OG shoot that. I'd rather have Macau shoot that. Because we know Josh Hart.
They were in transition. It wasn't a horrible. I don't know. I hear you. A lot of different people would have shot that. I'm just saying that they're in transition.
Macau did fumble that pass to tie the game late in overtime as well.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, Macau also went 6 for 15. It's a bad shooting night. One of those guys got to step up. That's how you beat the Celtics. And I mean, it was on a night where Jaylen Brown, like you said, left early, had an off night. All right.
Yep.
I mean, left early. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you really can't do that, especially when Towns puts up 34 and Brunson puts up 27. And it's just I really love Anunoby. I just wish he had just a better night, just a slightly better night. And you know what?
Because Suni Lee wasn't in the crowd. That's why.
I
mean, he went off that game. You saw that?
He did go off that game. I can't believe you point out who in the crowd though. No, but
I mean, no. I would have hooped if she was in the crowd too. So I don't blame him.
I hear you.
And he got a picture with her after the game. Good for him.
True. I would say also, 2 players that need to go off more on the Knicks or need to take their advantage more just because they got the opportunity to play is Robinson and Bridges. I think 5 and 4 points, as much as they're solid. It was a solid little stint. You know what I mean? I'm just saying be more aggressive because Cameron Payne came in and had 7 points. You know what I mean?
Also, Carmelo Anthony was watching that game.
I mean,
his reaction during the game was priceless.
It was a good game. It was a good game overall. I mean, didn't he play with Porzingis at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just it's hard. It's hard. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I would just say I hope those two are more aggressive in the future because let's say Hart and Nobi or Bridges can't go off. You need someone else to go off because otherwise it goes to overtime and then that's crazy. We almost had you too. I was so pissed. I was like,
gotta be quicker than that.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll save it for the playoffs. That's what we do. That's what the best do. We gotta do it. We gotta wait for it. Hopefully we meet you there.
So hey, we mentioned LeBron earlier. LeBron has been stacking some stuff recently whether it's a podcast with Steve Nash.
Sure.
Now he has a Ken doll because the
Oh,
Barbie
he
movie
does.
came out a year or two ago recently. So yeah, look Ken. Hey, shout out to the people that want to get it. It's probably because for the guys or the young boys who want to grow up playing with action figures, they have someone to play with LeBron as an action figure. So very nice to have one of the prominent figures, one of the most prominent sports figures of all time, to have an action figure that young children can play with. So
yes,
great.
Absolutely.
Great achievement by LeBron. And speaking of the Lakers and Mavs were last night. No Kyrie because out for the year.
Wait, hold on. Did you see him also meet with like Puka Nacua?
He did? I didn't see that.
Oh my god, bro! He met with Puka. Went to Luka's first home Laker game or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got to meet LeBron, and he was like starstruck. It was
I saw that a while ago. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it was a while ago. My bad. I'm just bringing it up because I think.
Oh yeah, okay,
I think LeBron's collabs are honestly it's what puts him in the conversation even more. You know what I mean?
Him and his girlfriend were fanning out like crazy.
Bro, they're like it's Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
They were like it's LeBron James. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
But like, and I don't really like how they were doing with all the flash and stuff. Like let them have their moment. Like I don't know, a little too paparazzi because it's LA, but like. I don't know. It's just a cool sports moment, I think. You know what I mean? And Jordan has some of those, but he doesn't have a lot of those. You know what I mean? And I think
because cameras weren't fully
developed.
I think that's also another. That's why.
Wait, what'd you say?
Cameras weren't fully developed in the 90s.
Oh, geez, why are you gonna come for us like that? Oh my god, now you're gonna come for the cameras.
Well, that was more of a. I mean, am I wrong? You're the expert.
No, you're not. I mean, it was 90s. You know what I mean? He was at the tail end of his career when digital.
Yep, it was the brick and mortar ones. We have to hold it and then the cement.
Oh, in the 90s. No, we had good flash photography by then, but realistically, yeah. I mean, I think it's just another benefit of today's game. A lot of people say it's so much easier to score in today's game. You know what? It's easier to do. He's a better person. No offense. It's easier for LeBron to take a step back and realize he's on social media now. He's got the media covering him his whole life. You know what I mean? Like he's a over 40-year-old playing basketball in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like he's very self-aware. You know what I mean? And I think this is just another attribute of him getting a Ken doll. You know what I mean? That like just reminds me that he's so self-aware. You know what I mean? So I'm just sorry. We can go back to the Luka return to Dallas. My bad. You were just so right about the LeBron thing. So I just had to add to it.
Yeah, Luka balls out and returned to Dallas. But before the game before that, Luka got kicked out because of a fan. Fan said to him, it was Lakers OKC. Luka went to go charge the fan. He got teched by the ref, and then Luka asked the ref, "Why'd you do that?" Then he got teched again. Which the problem I want to ask you, John, is and the NBA released a statement after that game. I think a day or two after. Okay. The second technical for Luka has been rescinded, so it doesn't count.
As it should.
Yep. So that's for me. Do you think that's a problem? Because he got ejected, and the Lakers were up that game, and they end up losing that game. If Luka stays, they probably would have won that game.
I mean, they lost by 15, so I don't know. To the number one team in the West, a number one team in the NBA. But hear me out on this. A second tech should not be awarded or given unless it's over a minute from the first tech. You should be able to react to the first tech. And because NBA officials don't allow a player to react to the first tech, that's what gets players thrown out of games more. And that's what I dislike about the NBA.
Yeah, because the Lakers had like a 6-point lead before the ejection, and just as soon as he went, gone.
Yeah, and they lost by 15. So it's
15,
it's like
that's a game changer right there.
Yeah, you really need to understand that the second tech has to come after a minute. It's got to be a minute and 30, a minute at least, because someone should be able to be like, you got to be shitting me, and not get a second tech. You know what I mean? Because you should be able to argue about a call that might be even dinky, not I barely touched them. You know what I mean? It might be a
whatever nature to react. Yeah.
And then when players get thrown out, it's crazy. Tim Duncan once got thrown out for looking at somebody weird.
Yep, I remember that.
It doesn't make
sense. Got ejected for clapping.
And I I don't even remember. But yeah, it's just like I'm sitting there like that's what's wrong with the NBA. You know what I mean?
Also refs
That's
have.
wrong with
I
the
think
NBA.
Tim Donahue had admitted to ejecting people just because he didn't like them. DeMarcus Cousins, perfect example.
Yeah. And it's just like I think that's where you give officials too much power, and that's where stat bringing gets brought up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's where people question Jordan's stats, they question LeBron's stats, they question Kobe's stats, they question all these stats because they're saying, "Oh, the officials not being fair now; they're giving out too many fouls or whatever." You know what I mean? And it's just like we can't go back in time. We have to adjust things for as they are now, and we should be pushing the NBA to install that minute rule because like. What are we doing here? Like Luka should not have been thrown out of that game whatsoever.
And for you to say he got ejected, and hey, guess what? 48 hours later, oh yeah, that tech we shouldn't have given that tech. Does that mean you get to restart the game because that heavily impact the game, or do you guys start from wherever he got ejected from? Because games can be.
Are you going to pay Luka? Are you going to pay Luka the difference of what you were gonna fine him? Do you know what I mean? Because you threw him out of that game. That's what it should be. That's how we should. I don't know. You know what I mean?
So hey, back to the Lakers and Mavs game though, a very very emotional opening ceremony for Luka, because they put a chairs, they had covering of shirts, saying "We love you, Luka," etc., or something like that. I forgot what the saying was.
Slovenia.
Yep, it was in Slovenia, but I forgot what the words were exactly in English. But
I think it was "Thank you, Luka," or I don't know. It was something like that.
Yeah, it's something in support of Luka. They showed the video package of him, and he was emotional. He was crying. He said. And it looked like he was crying too.
Damn, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then they showed Nico Harrison.
They booed him. Yeah,
because he was hiding behind some security near the tunnel.
And they got him.
Yeah, the camera found him, and then they were booing him, and then the camera panned to Mark Cuban, and then he was shaking his head.
Mm-hmm.
Because
really?
He didn't like the booing because Dirk was there as well. So.
That's funny.
Yeah, a lot of people were there, but yeah, great opening ceremony. They showed their appreciation, even though it's kind of weird just because the organization traded him, and now you're saying give him a thank you.
Well, I hear that, but I mean, they drafted him. They
did him dirty as well.
They did him so dirty. They had, and besides, like, I watched that game. I clicked on and forth to it because I was also hosting a pool tournament at the time. But were there a lot of Lakers colors? Like, were there a lot of yellow or no? I remember seeing some of it. Like, some people showed up in Lakers gear, but I think that's what they were trying to avoid overall.
It was mostly Mavs fans, I believe.
Yeah. But
yeah,
they were really nervous about that.
Yep.
And I think rightfully so, because, like, they did everybody dirty on that trade. And we still can't believe the trade, and we're still going to be talking about the trade for another 2 months. So it's just crazy, and it's sad, and it's I don't know, it's kind of nice too a little bit. I don't know. I'm kind of happy LeBron gets another like breath. You know what I mean? Like, this was a decent move at least for LeBron. So I mean, I don't know. And he didn't know about it. You know what I mean? No one knew. It was Nico, and it was I don't know.
Yeah, very very tragic.
That's why I don't feel bad about the booing or the fire Nico chance, because like that was your move. You know what I mean? Like, you decided to do that way.
Yep, and surprisingly, Nico didn't get fired. But you know who did? Michael Malone and the Nuggets GM. I think the GM rightfully so, because they failed to put a winning team around Jokic after the championship.
Sure.
But Michael Malone, just like the Grizzlies head coach who got fired a while back ago, he was the winningest coach, I believe, in their history, and he helped bring them their first championship ever. So
he did.
Yeah, but so apparently there's off-court issues going on with the Nuggets. There was power struggles going on with the Nuggets because the players believed he favored Jamal and Nikola over all of them. He called players lazy for not watching film. So yeah, a bunch of drama in Denver going on with this firing. So yeah, a lot's been going on. I don't know who you can blame in the situation, whether it's Michael Malone, whether it's the Denver Nuggets players. But yeah, a lot of reports have been pulling for both sides of who was in the wrong, et cetera. So,
and I don't know how I feel about these firings before the playoffs start. Okay,
right?
Have you heard of a scapegoat? Like, have you ever heard of someone to blame at the end of the year because you didn't work out? Okay, now you're going into the playoffs, and if you lose early and you're the Grizzlies, or you lose early and you're the Nuggets,
you can say no head coach.
What do you like? What do you say? You could say no head coach, but you're the players. You asked for that.
Yeah,
How
that's
are we
gonna
not
be
trading people?
that's gonna be the fans' reason why. Oh yeah, we lost our head coach, so we have an excuse of first round exit.
I guess maybe, but you really
That's
don't. Like, as a
I don't.
fan,
Yeah, I don't think it's a valid reason, but I think that's what they're gonna say.
I mean, I guess that's what I said as a Jets fan. Like, they're like, "How many games did you win this year?" And I'll be like,
Yeah,
"We
but
lost
you
our head
guys
coach
you guys
week
fired
5."
him after 4 or 5 games. You guys didn't fire him a week before the season ended.
But I mean, like, yeah, that was what I'm saying is it was more detrimental. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is they have the playoffs. We didn't even have the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Why not let it ride out? And if it doesn't work out, you can just blame that guy. All right, fired. You know what I mean? Like,
Bright side, they did win their first game without Michael Malone. They faced the Kings,
good for them.
so good for them. But yeah, we're gonna see some serious changes. But reportedly, there's gonna be some serious changes in Denver going into the offseason. Westbrook may or may not be on the team. Some trades probably will happen, and hopefully the next GM, whoever it is, actually puts a competitive roster around Jokic because he's winning 3 MVPs right now, only 1 championship. If he wants to be considered one of the greats, he's gonna have to win some more championships.
And I mean, he's gonna have to go to the playoffs now and do it. And I think with that squad, anybody has a chance at the chip. You know what I mean? But can you put away OKC? Can you put away the Lakers? Can you put away some of these teams that they're good? You know what I mean? They're really good. So it's gonna be a fun playoffs. It's gonna be a fun playoffs, Phil.
Right. So hey, also before we head out, John pulled up the NBA power rankings from ESPN, which ESPN and rankings always go well together. So yeah, because ESPN and rankings are just like Bleacher Report and rankings. Maybe you don't want to look at them too much, but first glance, that might be okay. I see some nasty rankings.
They got the Knicks at 5. Since when?
Yeah.
They're not a top 5 team, unfortunately.
Yeah. So the power rankings will go 10-1. We'll give a quick thing how we feel about them. The Warriors, honestly, at 10, I feel like they should be higher on this list.
They were 7 last week. They were 7 last week.
Then?
They dropped, I think, because they lost 2 games or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, because the Warriors have been absolutely incredible with Jimmy Butler. I believe 18, 19 wins and like 5 or 6, 7 losses. So a good record with him. They're a sneaky dark horse in the playoffs. So
I would agree with that. I think they're a big mystery, but at the same time, like you were talking about with the West last week, is that really 2 games decides what 2 through 8. So it's like 8. It really could be anybody. It really could be anybody. It could be the Nuggets. It could be OKC. It could be the Lakers.
And they lost last night, so now they're in the play-in and not a top 6 seed. So yeah, it might be scary for them for
so it's tough.
Warriors.
It's tough.
Yeah. Next up, the Clippers, which they've been very sneaky. They've been very, very under the radar this year with Paul George gone. Norman Powell has stepped up. James Harden having a great year. He's an all-star at age like 35.
Year.
Zubac has been good as well.
You want to talk about an MVP? If the Clippers do something in the playoffs, I don't mean to be like we need to create a playoff warrior or a new award for the playoffs because the Clippers have been sneaky and James Harden has been.
Kawhi is finding his stride, and hopefully he can play an actual whole playoff series instead of just the first 2 games.
Yeah, I believe when I see it.
Yeah,
I like him. I believe when I see it.
Same. Next up, Indiana Pacers. They have been one of the best teams record-wise and winning-wise over the last couple months. I believe they've been like the 5th winningest team in the whole NBA. So shout out to Indy. Shout out my guy Hallie. I think their offense has been great. It's just the defense that's going to scare me in the playoffs.
Sure,
but it looks like they might face another Bucks team with no Dame, so it could be a benefit. So we'll see. But yeah, the defense got to improve if they want to be taken seriously. Next up, we just talked about Denver, so we don't need to skip on that.
The fact that they're this back though is why their head coach got fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they had trouble beating teams with winning records or like close to winning records. So yeah,
they should be a top 5 team. Just putting out there.
Right. Next up, the Lakers, which I'm surprised they're this low because they have been balling after the trade. But hey, it's ESPN, I guess. But yeah, Luka and LeBron have been magic. Austin Reeves is having a career year. And the defense has definitely been better than expected, especially for what I expected. So, yeah, shout out to the Lakers. And John, you said the Knicks shouldn't be at 5. I
No,
don't think they should be at
I
5
think
either.
after last night's loss to the Celtics, I think we're a 6 or a 7 team.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're
I agree with
a
that.
good team. I think we can make something. Like I think we're don't be mad at me. We're just as good as Indiana. I think we can compete with Indiana this year. I think we beat them this year. I don't mean to be like that. I think
Yeah, I feel like it could go 50-50.
yeah. So like what I'm saying is like the Lakers and the Nuggets should be playing better, but that's why the Knicks are ahead of them. Because we are beating West Coast teams. We're just not beating the Celtics or the Cavs or I don't think we
the
beat
Thunder. Yeah, Celtics, Cavs, Thunder. Those are the 3.
Those are the 3 that we didn't beat realistically. Yep. So I mean, the fact that we're a 5, we're a high, a little to me, but I think it's comforting going into the playoffs. But at the same time, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Lakers are 6. Should they be higher? Should they be lower? You know what I mean? This is ESPN. ESPN's going to favor big market teams, Lakers, Knicks. So maybe I don't know. Maybe they're not even supposed to be where they're supposed to be. I'm just putting that out there. And then we got the Rockets. Phil, how are you feeling about the Rockets?
They're I believe the 2nd or 3rd seed in the West right now. They clinched the playoffs, which they were this close from clinching the playoffs last year. They've been great defensively, like one of the best defensive teams in the league, but the offense has been kind of shaky because they don't have a clear number 1 who to go to. But nonetheless, pretty good season by them. Ime Udoka, coach of the year conversations coming from him.
Crazy, it really is.
Yeah, they can surprise some folks. They just got to figure out the offense.
If they surprise some folks, he should win coach of the year because he did go to Houston and did turn that around in like 2 years. So it's just like, I mean, I think what's going to hold him back from winning it is offense. But realistically, I think you're right. I think they're having a great year. And then we're moving on to the Celtics, who's 3, I mean, after beating the Knicks, I think they'd be higher. But yeah, I mean, the top 3 teams, So
yeah, I mean, OKC and Cleveland do have like the 1st and 2nd best record in the whole NBA, so I can see why the Celtics are 3rd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see in the playoffs how the Cavs and Celtics match up because that's most likely going to be your ECF, your Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll see.
We'll see. But I mean, I do think the Celtics and how they play, especially this year with shooting the 3, I think that's going to contribute to seeing if they repeat or not. Just to seeing if that falls. If it falls, I think they repeat. If it doesn't, I think that's the reason.
How they react to if the 3s don't fall, that's going to be the key thing in the playoffs.
You think they're going to rebound? Like, that's what the hope is. But what I'm saying is like,
yeah, I mean the defense is
negative.
The Celtics are one of the best defensive teams in the league, so defense is not going to be a problem. 3-point shooting is not going to be a problem. It's going to be post ups. It's going to be rebounding, like you said, just because Porzingis may not be healthy. Al Horford's a lot older, so they could fall subject to second chance points. So it's probably going to be like I think if they do lose, it's going to be the little things or maybe their clutch factor down the end of games. That's going to be the weakness.
And I mean, I think someone to look towards that. I mean, who's always kind of held the load that maybe wasn't exactly out front, but that's in a sense Jason Tatum. How he reacts to this, he will shoot a lot of 3s and he will be rebounding a lot. Just based on how the Celtics play, you know what I mean? Because Porzingis is a big man, but he's normally out on the 3, so it's not saying Tatum gets more rebounds. I'm just saying it on a given night. You know what I mean? It's his effort that puts the Celtics above, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to watch him. And then we got the Cavs at number 2. I kind of see it. I kind of don't. I think the Cavs, Celtics are A, B. I don't think it's 1, 2 or 2, 3. But it's I guess because they beat them last, right? That's why they have them above, and they got a better record.
Yeah, they have a better record, and I believe they went on multiple 10, 15 game win streaks throughout the season. So I'm guessing that's why.
Okay. And then we got OKC at 1, which is
the best record in the league. So yeah.
And they're beating the West by 10 games.
Also they're 29-1 against the East this year.
Jeez.
So
yeah, they're 29-1 against the East.
Yep.
And they're killing the West, bro.
Hey, we'll see. If the playoffs are a different beast, we saw them grab.
They are a different beast, but this team is scary, and they still got 5 or 6 first-round picks that they can just deal, right?
Yep. If
And they got
if
four
they trade all of them for Cooper Flag.
They could. They really could. And that could be really big in 2 years. Oh,
Yeah.
that could be a new KD Westbrook Harden. Oh my God. Not really, but that'd be crazy.
Yeah. But hey, we'll see how that turns out. So
and those are the power rankings.
Yep. So hey, any last words before we head out?
Last words. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Hey, up to you.
Okay, I'll go first. Watch a game. Gotta watch a game. If you love sports, if you don't love sports, if it's a question mark, if it's an exclamation point, I'm telling you, this week, watch a game. Either do it with someone you like, do it with someone you don't know. You know what I mean? It's fun to just watch a game at a bar or root for a team. My bar, Alenwich, like it's an Anaheim Ducks bar, which is kind of funny because it's completely outside of the country. But there are a couple fans who like really enjoy the Ducks, so like it's cool. I root for the Knicks or the Mets. The Mets are pretty big at my bar too, so it's just a fun time to like go talk, and I feel like sports is a different language. So I mean, that's my advice. That's my 2 cents. That's my last words. Just go watch a game because I mean, Phil, I really enjoyed the national championship. Like somebody brought up the national championship to me, and I was just like, you don't even know. I watched it with Phil on live stream. It was crazy because we both had Florida, but I also didn't. I don't mention all the time that I bet, but it's fun to do that as well, and it's like another language too. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's I don't know. That's my 2 cents. That's my little piece. It's 420. Your last words, Phil.
For my last words, hey, we did a live stream on Monday for the national championship. We will be doing live streams when the NBA playoffs start, whether it's certain nights. Hey, maybe when the Knicks play, maybe when the Celtics play, or maybe when different teams play. So make sure you stay tuned to that, either on here or on playback. And we might be doing MLB watch parties as well, since when NBA ends, MLB is probably going to be the only like main sport on. So
and we gotta talk about different players in different weeks, and you know what I mean? Like we'll do more for MLB when like NHL and NBA kind of wrap up their seasons, because we're also gonna. I mean.
Yeah, MLB's just kicking the game stride right now. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, MLB just started. So obviously there's going to be some things that they have to get down first, like, you know, that before we can make any like broad opinions or anything.
Torpedo bats. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be little things that just go through.
We have to see a nice sample size.
True. And I'm excited to keep watching. Are you watching your Sox?
Here and there, yeah.
Okay, same. And I mean, the Mets don't play tonight, but they play for the next 3 games on the West Coast in Oakland. And
yeah, Bregman won Player of the Week last week, so that's good.
Who won Player of the Week?
Bregman.
Ooh, congrats to him. Nice. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
All right.
So, hey, that is the pod for the week. A little short, just because obviously not too much going on before playoffs. NBA teams want to make sure they're adjusted and players are rested, so may not be a lot going on until then. So I think everything should be finalized, play-in wise or playoff wise, by the time we get back on here. So next week we'll have our predictions on how everything will play out.
What is the play-in next week?
It might be on a Thursday, actually.
Okay, so we'll probably do the pod Tuesday, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, let me see before I say anything.
We can do it late Tuesday.
So the season ends April 13th. Okay. So it's going to be Sunday. So it may be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I don't know the exact day, but it should be maybe in the middle of the week.
Gotcha.
So, hey. So, yeah, stay tuned to all our socials to get notified about anything important. Follow our Twitch, which I go on there and stream games. And we do our watch parties on there as well. So, hey, a multi-purpose Twitch channel. Yeah, follow us on all our YouTubes. We have a gaming channel, Boss Central Gaming on YouTube. MLB and WWE recordings on there. See. And, hey, follow us on all the audio platforms. Feel free to give us any feedback they allow on there as well. And with that being said, from me and John to y'all, thank you. Have a good night, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching or listening to this. And we will see y'all next week. Deuces.
He's a producer.
Hey. Look, they say good days are coming soon, I'm just tired of waiting. And tears falling in my prayers, I've been crying for patience. I'm scarred, I gotta live the rest of my life with abrasions. You can't convince me that time isn't wasting. I feel like Hamilton the way I've been writing these pages. So you can call me, but you best be on time with the payments. So you can turn this off if you don't like what I'm saying. Or if these lines are too basic, just know my life getting crazy. Times is getting harder, that could really spark an artist. And I ain't giving up for nothing, I just try my hardest. I say a prayer for the ones departed. A cold world, I just want to show how pure my heart is. But I see the comments, stories going around about the kid, but I'm so timeless, bad energy can't get to me. I'm the reason why we like this, allegedly. But once I see the best from you, that's when you get the best from me. I'm here for your elevation, success ain't a destination. Ain't looking for reparations, ain't looking for no type of savings. Stack up the rest of my savings, can't get no rest in the basement. Can't even lie to you, baby, time that we spent was amazing. And I ain't trying to replace you, for you my mind is still racing. I lost a step, but I'm coming back. I used to put my heart all on display, but I'm done with that. Tired of these bonds that pop easier than bubble wrap. In my notes, like a group of sick, you see a bunch of rap. In the studio, I box the beat, is just a punching bag. And for the guys, let them know I love them back. For all of y'all endeavors, I wish you good luck on that. Shout out Q for the beat. This one a groove for the streets. You say you down with me, baby, you gotta prove it to me.